everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to this channel and don't forget to turn on the notification button. That notification button or bell that you have there, please turn it on so that you would always be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much. This time around I'll be talking about teaching, teachers teaching methods. So many teachers have different teaching methods. This teacher teaches this way, that teacher teaches that way. So we do not know how to teach in the same way. You teach this way and I might be teaching in the other way. Well, there are so many teachers out there that do not know how to teach at all. Yes. They are graduates. They studied a particular course from a particular university. Some of them are even graduates of education department or the faculty of education from the various universities. But despite the fact that they graduated from this department or faculty, they do not know how to teach. Yes, there are many teachers out there who do not know how to teach. Well, many people found themselves in this teaching profession by mistake, either just because they had no choice, they had no other option. Many people do not like teaching, most especially in Nigeria, but just because of one reason or the other, they found themselves in the teaching profession. So it is not everybody that knows how to teach. It is not everybody that knows how to teach. So how exactly are we supposed to teach as teachers? Well, there are different teaching methods for different subjects. I cannot say that a mathematics teacher should teach his or her students the way an English teacher would teach his or her students. An English teacher cannot teach his or her students the way a social studies teacher would teach his or her students. So we have different teaching methods. However, there are some general things. There are general things that teachers need to take note of. Yes, there are some. Teaching does not have to do with talking. Many teachers just enter the classroom and then they write the subject on the board, the topic, the date, and then they start teaching. Then the students listen. Some of them fantasize about what the teacher is saying. Some of them even doze off. Yes, some of them doze off the teacher, and some of them daydream about what the teacher is saying. The teacher just keeps talking, while some of them might not even pay attention. They might be looking at the teacher, but their minds, their bodies, their spirit, their soul might not be in the classroom at all. However, but to the teacher, it will look as if they are paying attention. Well, how are we supposed to teach? We are teaching, the students are the ones that are learning. How are we supposed to make the students learn? Well, a good teacher must know the content of the lesson. What particular topic do you want to teach at the moment? You must have a mastery of that topic before going to the classroom. A good teacher must know the content. A good teacher should be able to know almost everything. It might not be everything about the particular content, but almost everything, close to 100% of the content before taking it to the class. And aside from knowing the content, a good teacher must know how to explain that content. That is where problem comes in. for many teachers. There are so many teachers who know the content. Yes, they have a mastery of their subject. They know the topics very, very well. But when it comes to teaching students, when it comes to making their students know these topics, know this content, it becomes a problem. And for a teacher, it is good to know to know a particular content and to be able to explain the content. These two things are very, very important. You must know the content and you must be able to explain the content very well to your students, and your students must be able to understand the content. Yes. And aside from that, good teachers expect and they demand high levels of performance from their students. Good teachers usually want their students to have high levels of knowledge, high levels of performance in their subjects. So it is a bad teacher that does not care. It's a bad teacher that wouldn't care about the performance of his or her students. It's a bad teacher that would be happy if their students do not perform well in the particular subject. So good teachers expect and they demand it. They demand that their students perform well in their subject. So as a good teacher, learn how to make your students perform well. Learn to demand that they perform excellently in your subject. Well, aside from that, a good teacher is a great performer. You know, there are so many teachers that are good, and when you see the way they perform in class, the way they teach, the way they demonstrate, the kinds of instructional materials, teaching aids that they use in the process of teaching, you would know that these teachers are actually good. They are good at what they do. So a good teacher must be a great performer. A good teacher must know what he or she is doing. And good teachers are also storytellers. Yes, many good teachers know how to tell stories, whether the stories are imaginary stories or real stories. Yes, the stories could be real and the stories might not be real. However, these teachers know how to tell stories, and these stories are stories that attract, that interest their students. They are stories that captivate their students, that make their students pay rapt attention in the process of teaching. So it is good for a teacher to be a storyteller. As you are citing an example, as you're teaching a particular topic, then you back it up with a story that is related to that particular topic or example. These stories would make the students remember, to make them remember what you have taught them. Well, good teachers also make sure that their students want to come to school to learn.